A close friend of mine from college passed away a couple years ago, and I was in touch with him before he died and also in touch with his widow. And I was struck by how many expectations were placed on her, on the widow in this situation, who was quite young and had 2 young children. And I was interested in whether our society had a double standard for men and women, whereby we encourage and expect women to grieve longer and harder than men, and we sort of encourage men to move on more quickly. As I was preparing an article on that topic, JAMA published a study in which they actually took kubler-ross's stages and tried to validate them, and found, in fact, that they were not valid, and that most people accept the death of a loved one from the beginning, and also that people generally experience pining, which is sort of a missing and longing for someone, more than anger or depression. I was pretty shocked by this study because I had been taught kubler-ross's stages in high school. And I was amazed that a theory that was so widespread and so famous could be so wrong. Our grief culture has actually made us much more conservative about how we think people should grieve. And I think it sets up certain expectations whereby people might feel, if they are not adhering to a particular, set of steps or stages, that there's something wrong with them. So we tend to sort of stigmatize people who show resilience. Resilience is something that's a sort of an innate thing that we have, and when you're resilient in a natural disaster, you're considered a hero. If you're resilient after the death of a loved one, there must be something wrong with you. Kubler-Ross was actually not just an American phenomenon, she was also an international phenomenon, and her ideas spread across Europe and over to parts of Asia as well, and she was translated into many different languages. As a result, her ideas and her theories gained traction not only in the United States, but in other parts of the world. So our American model for grief is now something that is being exported to other countries where it may be even less applicable than it is here on our own turf. The first thing I would say about what people should do is that you don't have to do anything. I'm very critical of a lot of the advice that's been given over the past several decades, but if there was one piece of advice that I would give to someone who is grieving, it would be, you already have what you need to get through this. If after 6 months or a year you find you're really struggling, then you should go seek professional help.